Welcome back, it's me Lou, and I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review, and today we are looking at this. It is the Playmobil Novelmore Starter Pack, set number 70503, and it's recommended for ages 3 and up. So, every now and then I'll buy a Playmobil set. I think they're fun, they're cool. It's nothing I'm hardcore about, but I just have an appreciation for this line of toys because they feel just like that. They're toys, they're really cool. They come with a lot of accessories, and at the same time, they have a very homogenized, simplified look about them, and I don't know, I think they're really neat. So this one caught my eye. It's an accessory pack. It's a starter pack that just happens to come with a lot of accessories. There's two figs, there's a cannon, there's a barricade. It looks really awesome. And this falls under their Novelmore subline. And it includes two figures, nearly 3 inches tall. There's a barricade, a cannon, a shield, a barrel, a crossbow, a spear, an axe, and some sort of wizard's or mage staff or something. And then here's an additional accessory or starter pack. It looks like some sort of tower. So let's crack this open and take a look at it. Alright, so the cool thing about these boxes also, I should mention this, is that they're reusable. So after you open them up, you're not completely shredding the box. And it allows you to take this tab, and after you're done, you can put your toys away and just reseal it. So it's nice if you're a collector and you like to display stuff. You can display stuff, but at the same time, if you want to rebox it up, you could. Alright, I'm just trying to get the instructions out. Okay, so we have here is an instruction. I think it's an instruction manual. A nice color fold out. And it shows us how to assemble the barricade, how to assemble the cannon, and then the knights, and then their accessories. And on the back, we have additional photography. Here's that other starter set. It's a cool looking tower. And, these two sets can kind of interact with each other. You use the cannon to fire the missile and knock over the wall. So if you're a child, this is the kind of toys that just screams play with me. It looks really fun. And there was this additional sheet of paper. I don't know what this is. It's just, I guess, contact information. Alright, let's move on to the actual toys themselves. So we'll open up this one here. Now, word of caution, when you open these baggies, sometimes there'll be a lot of accessories and there might be small pieces, so just be mindful of, that you're getting everything out of the baggie and that you're not losing anything. So we have the one knight. This slap his helmet on now so I don't forget. Alright, there's the knight. It's really cool. The articulation's limited. This is very limited. His head moves, his arms rotate, and then his legs, they don't move independently from each other. He just has two positions. Standing neutral or seated. So, and then it comes with 3 missiles for the cannon. We'll set those off to the side. There's a spear. There's a crossbow. Wheels for the cannon. We'll assemble that in a second. I believe this is part of the cannon also. And I'm not sure what these are for yet. I'll take a look at the instructions. I believe this is for the cannon. And then there's a shield. Put that right there. Alright, in the next box, or the next baggie, we have another knight. This guy, a little bit 5 o'clock shadow. This guy's kind of in warm colors, where this guy's in cool colors. So you already kind of have contrast. They're like opposing clans. This is for the barricade. Right, here's this dude's helmet. It's kind of like a brass or copper. Fits snug on his head. It looks really cool. So we have the two figures. The barricade, I believe this is snaps in just like that. And I think these pieces here go onto the side, I believe. They snap in. And then we have the wheels. And voila, we have the barricade. Set that right there. We have a nice barrel to store the weapons in. That's kind of cool. I'll set that right there. And we have the remaining pieces of the cannon, so we can assemble that now. Let's do that. Always make sure the bag is completely empty. As I've mentioned earlier, sometimes some of these Playmobil sets come with really small parts and you don't want to accidentally throw anything away. So there's also a battle axe that's included. And let's assemble this. This is pretty self-explanatory. You take the wheels and the axle, snap it into the bottom of the frame of the cannon. And I want to say this. Alright, maybe this isn't as easy as I thought. Okay. Alright, so yeah, the tab here, tab there, two sockets there, one here, one there. And line them up. And take this deal. I'm not really sure which side's the front. They look both the same. Snap that in. I believe this goes in the back. Give me a second. I'm just going to consult the instructions real quick to make sure I'm not messing up on anything. So that's correct. I have no idea if I'm assembling this correctly. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. So then we can take the missile, put it inside. And then let's see if it shoots. Alright, it works. Okay, so if you're into, like, I don't know, Playmobil is kind of cool because there's something about it that feels kind of like Lego, but it's not as crazy in depth as Lego. It's cool because there's a lot of the sets require some sort of like assembly to it, and I can really appreciate that. Growing up in the 80s, like for G.I. Joe, you know, 90% of the time you had to assemble the vehicles yourself. You had to assemble the vehicles yourself, and this is kind of cool in the sense that, you know, these aren't pre-made. You just kind of have to put stuff together. And if you're a kid, I think that's a cool, like, little kind of like exercise. But if you're an adult, and I know there are a lot of adult collectors that are into Playmobil, especially across the sea, these are really fun toys. You know, the two different knights are awesome. It's kind of cool how they, you know, they're kind of smart to give one guy warm colors, one guy cool colors, so you can kind of tell they're on opposite ends of the fence. There's this cool barricade. It's pretty big. I kind of like this a lot. The cannon's awesome. So the playability is really high with these. And Playmobil, they're kind of affordable. As long as you're not buying like that crazy like Star Trek Enterprise set, which is like $500 and 42 inches long. That thing is just ridiculous. So if I had to rate these toys numerically, I'd say on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give this maybe 8 to an 8.5. Or maybe even a 9, to be honest. I'm in love with this. I think it's awesome. I'm not hardcore into this Playmobil stuff, but if I was, I could easily see myself just buying multiples of these just to army build it, and then buying all the different castles, and setting up a diorama. Man, I don't know. There's such a big appeal for me with this kind of stuff because they're toys, and I love action figures that just feel like toys. These aren't a premium collectible. These are meant to be played with. But at the same time, there's enough quality in here and thought put out into it where if you just wanted to use it as like a display piece and create dioramas, you could. So they're very versatile. So wrapping this up, my name is Lou. Thank you very much for checking out my review of this Playmobil Novelmore set. It's excellent. So go out there and buy yourself some toys, and I'll see you later. Talk to you soon.